Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and go crabbing the day after tomorrow. I don't know exactly where the heck I'm gonna go. Probably go to the same place I went last week. But check this out. Okay. This freaking transducer has been on this boat for years. It's like an $80 transducer. I've already broke this one time, and I fixed it a couple years ago. Just got lucky and put some freaking fiberglass on it, and it just worked. I broke it, just like, oh, it didn't look right, smashed, like pushed it down, like, because it wasn't sitting quite right, and I forgot that I'd done that fix, and it just snapped right off. So I just threw some 5200 on there, and I got it shimmed up with some, you know, some carpentry shims, and like a prototype for my invention, and a brick. So, yeah, we'll see if that holds up. I mean, that's really freaking important, especially this freaking spot I'm thinking I'm going to be crabbing at. You know, contingent on if there's anybody else in the freaking lay. I don't even freaking know. I only go once a week, so I just let them have it. Guys that do it all week and go out there and get where I can get. But yeah, like, that's going to be extremely important. Like, I'm going to need a depth finder, so hopefully it holds up. Alright, I'm getting baited up now and got all the tools of the trade here and clams and machine and everything rolling along pretty nicely. And even though I invented this, like, I've sold a lot of these systems and a lot of these bags, I know there's someone out there using my system and my bags who knows like important things about it, like little tricks and what have you, that I don't know. I mean, that's just the way life is. There's always someone better. All right, another reason that these are outlasting the bait bags that don't have the zipper on them is because you're side loading them. And basically what doesn't happen is you don't get a whole lot of them in there like that. Like, you're not throwing them in there like that, sideways, because you're side loading them. They all go in there flat. What happens when they go in there like that is they'll cut your bag all over the place. So that's one of the reasons these are outlasting the traditional bait bags without the zipper. All right, getting ready to get on this water for another exciting establishment of the crab show. So there's my fix right there that I did with the 5200. It sat for 72-ish hours. I took all my wedges off. We'll see if that holds. Who knows? All right, so I just yanked all my coils of line out of the walk-in. There's a solid bushel on these 4 lines of clams. I mean, that's a lot of freaking line. So I ought to be able to catch something today. All right, in this one barrel, I do have 2 trot lines in the one barrel, and I do not recommend doing that. Like, I absolutely have to. I don't have freaking room. Like, I hate doing that, but I don't have a choice in this matter. So, you know, it's hard to lay out. It's hard to get back in the boat. Like, it causes all these problems. It's much better if you got a barrel for every one of your freaking lines. All right, got all my line in the water. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the other end and run it. I don't see anybody out here whatsoever. I mean, I went somewhere where I knew there wouldn't be nobody crabbing, because guess where the crabs are gonna be? Where no one's been crabbing. All right, so this is my first run of the whole day. Usually don't film this, but nobody's crabs here. There's no crabs here. So I'm gonna catch them all up on the first run. It's just not a spot that they've replenished into very well. But my thinking is, I got so much line, I should be able to make up for the fact that it's not the greatest spot. Got one. Line's about the right tautness. It's a little bit loose. Right around Father's Day, it seems like, I guess everybody just catches them all up, like the first wave of crabs. It always slows way down. Crab-wise, there's not as many. I've never done too great around Father's Day. Two, I'll take it. This is my long line. Three, all right. And I got 4 lines in the water, so this has been sitting here for quite a while because I had to lay out all those other lines. Like, it was floating underneath it. I'll have to look at that in slow mo. That was cool. I just barely saw his claw. It was a big freaking crab too. It's like he was so big, he was like tired holding on to the freaking bait and trying to like let go, and like couldn't keep up with it, but was still trying, and I caught him. You gotta think, if you're a big crab and you're heavy, you know, it'd be like a big heavy person trying to hold on to a freaking, you know, a clam bag flying up out of the water. Think you're some big huge person down there on the bottom and you're eating from this clam bag and it lifts up and you hurry up and grab it however, wherever you can. Like, wouldn't be the easiest thing to do. I'm happy with this run. Hopefully it stays like this. I think the tide's all the way up. Again, I quit tide charts. There's a problem. I laid over myself a little bit somehow. It's alright. My anchor line. Huh. I can't believe it. It was close. I should still be able to run everything just fine, but yeah, weird. So that first run, got 5 beautiful crabs. And I mean, I laid over myself. I mean, that's happened before, and I can still run everything exactly the same. I just got to kick off my long line early. You know, it's not a huge deal. I thought for sure I was good. Nope. But it won't mess me up, so that's good. No harm, no foul. All right, so 2 of my short ones didn't do nothing, so I had to go ahead and yank this one up. I'm gonna go ahead and lay it out somewhere I think it'll do better. I mean, crabbing's hard enough to do without trying to freaking film yourself and everything else. I mean, today, like, I got problems. You know, I'm having all these freaking issues. It just happens sometimes. It's just one of those days. So, I'll try to film as best I can. It hasn't really rained in a while, so I think they might have went like crazy shallow. So that one line I picked up, I put crazy shallow. And on that one run, my anchor line was over right here, but I fixed that. Tide's all the way up, but still not good. All right, since I know the tide's all the way up, I went ahead and I moved 2 of my lines. The 2 that weren't doing hardly anything, I moved them. And so far, I've only got a dozen crabs on the boat. So hopefully where I moved those 2 short lines that weren't doing nothing, and I did it during the high tide, you know, because you're not catching as much then, you got a window of opportunity to make adjustments, you know, high and low tide. That's one reason why people like to know that stuff when they're crabbing. But I just kind of go by feel, play it by ear. Hopefully all my moves worked out. I only crab once a week, and like a huge advantage of crabbing every day is you know what the heck's going on. Like if you only come out here once or twice a week, it's a different world every time you come out, and you gotta like figure it all out again. But if you're out here every day, you know, you got your finger on the pulse of what's going on, and it's a little bit, I'm not gonna say it's easier, but you got a better idea of what the heck's going on when you're crabbing every day, as opposed to just doing it once or twice a week. All right, first doubler of the year. There's the peeler right there. That was on a big old, one of these big old crabs. They're all pretty freaking big, but yeah, that's the first one I've seen all year. I'm gonna take her and I'm gonna throw her right back in that water, so she can hopefully go hide in the grass, slough out, and go lay eggs. See, it's got that triangle. It's also nice and red, or pink, whatever. That's how you know it's a peeler. A lot of times you'll see them like this, but it won't be red. That means it's not right. That's a Sally, and you throw that right back. I think you should throw these back, at least me. It's not gonna make or break me throwing a couple peelers back a day, but I always like to throw them back. And that gives me another clue as to why they're not biting as good. They got other things on their mind. Speaking of crab minds, I've done a little bit of research on a crab's brain, you know, and from what I gather, and please chime in the comments here, like they're basically just like a central nervous system. Like they don't exactly have a brain as we would think about a brain. Please, science people, I know there's a lot of people who watch my videos that, you know, have way more gaps of knowledge filled about these things than I do. Please chime in here, you know, tell me if I'm right. I mean, it is just not happening today. If I didn't have so much freaking stuff to do, I'd pick everything up and lay it all somewhere completely freaking different. But I don't got time. Like, I got too much other crap going on. So I can't really give crabbing my all like I'd like to, which is unfortunate. But I don't know, I'm gonna hope maybe this time to keep running them a little bit more. It's like 9 o'clock, I got like a half bushel. Not good. It's definitely right to move. So on one of the lines I moved, I just ran it, and what happened was a very strange thing. That's always a bad sign whenever I see it. Nothing, no crabs, nothing. And then 2 jimmies, 2 big old crabs on one freaking bait. And then nothing. That's not good. I don't know why that happens, but I know every time I've seen that, it's not good. So I'll keep picking at them here. I was definitely right to move the 2 lines that I did move, because they went from catching 0 crabs on each one of those short lines to 2 or 3. So you're talking every round an extra 6 crabs, plus the amount of time that it gives the other 2 lines that we're doing okay-ish to pick up crabs. So still, it's just, it might pick up, who knows. I wanted to get 2 bushel today. I wish I didn't have so much crap to do. I'd stay out here until I got 2 bushel. I got too much stuff to do. I want 2 bushel. Freaking got everything in the water I want to have in the water. Line wise, bait's perfect. Everything's going nice and smooth. Crabs are absolutely beautiful. There's just not enough of them. I mean, not here. Not right now. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe go around 2 more times. And if I don't see something significant by the beginning of that second round, I'm just gonna start yanking up, I guess. The freaking the tide's trying to go out, but the wind's holding it in, which isn't helping matters. It changes the tidal coefficient. The tide's just not moving right. Part of it. Plus they're, you know, running around looking for peelers and just a wrong place, the wrong time. I did see one other guy out here, but he's smart. He just packed up and went in. Had a bigger boat. But see, the thing is with this boat, since I don't burn that much gas, I'm like, alright, even though I'm not doing that great, I can still slowly rack up a little bit of money. Alright, it's 10:30. I've got all my gear in the boat and ended up with a little bit over a half bushel, which is horrible. Like, I broke even. I worked all these hours, you know, and broke even. Like, it's pretty devastating. I could have went ahead and stayed out here and I could have filled that basket, but I got too much other stuff to do. Like, it's got too much going on. So, it is what it is. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.